What's up everyone? So on today's video, we're going to be actually attacking some of the LEDs on the car. Company called JDM ASTAR has hooked us up with some LEDs for the whole entire car, so thanks for those guys. But we're going to see how they look, how the whole car converted to LED looks. Today's video we're going to be tackling the rear of the car, and then another video we'll be doing the front of the car. So we'll do all the lights on the front. Right now we're going to do the rear, but let me show you what we got and what we're going to swap out. Okay, so everything is pretty much stock right now with the exception of just some cheap little LEDs for the license plate bulbs. But we got the stuff over here. I took a video the other night on what the stuff all looks like stock. So here's the stuff. Basically we got a bunch of stuff here for the whole entire car, but I'm gonna sort through it on what we're gonna use for the back of the car. And then we'll get that stuff popped in. And I'll show you guys what the stuff looks, or what the car looks like with the halogens at nighttime now. Here we are at the back. And we got these three lights here, brake lights. We do have some really cheap LEDs in there, but they're really kind of bluish purpley looking, so it'd be nice to get some crisp white ones. And then I'll show you guys also what the turn signals look like on this thing, stock. So we got the amber here, amber there. So we got these ancient, ugly reverse lights there. So it'd be nice to get those some crisp white LEDs in there. Okay, so here's the bulbs that we have. Pretty much all the bulbs we're gonna need are 3157 and these 168 LEDs. So we got 3157, 3157, 3157, 3157, and 3157, and then two 168s here underneath. So we have them all here. We have different colors. We have amber for the turn signals, and then we have red for all the brake lights. So let's go ahead and get those in. All right, so on this car, to get the taillights out, you have to get it from the back. These ones we can do afterwards, which we get accessible from there, but to get the taillights out, you have to kind of take out the carpet lining back behind here. So we're gonna remove this, just take it out. You basically just kind of pull it back like this, nothing too crazy, and you can get at the bolts which hold the taillights in right through here. So you're gonna see all these rubber grommets. You pop these out, and then I'll show you guys how to take those off. Okay, so you're basically gonna see these things all inside there. They are a 11 millimeter. It's this plastic nut, so you can use a deep socket to get at them, and they kind of stay in there. And it works pretty good. The other thing too is we're using a 7/16, so 7/16 or 11 both seem to work fairly well. This 7/16 fits fairly snug on here, which is nice so that you don't drop it inside the body. So we're gonna go ahead and take all those out. If you look, you can basically see all these holes. So these bottom two holes are for the marker light, and then these ones up here, these top three, are the ones that hold in the top tail light there. So we're gonna remove all those, and then the tail light and marker light outside of here is gonna pop out. All right, so they are out, and like I was saying, there's three bolts holding the top tail light. 1, 2, 3, or nuts. There's a third stud there, and then the bottom one just has these two. So these are both out. We're gonna go ahead and swap them out. Again, we're gonna put a white 3157 here, an amber 3157 here, and then we're gonna put in the three red 3157s, 1, 2, and 3. So let's go with those swapped out, and we'll work on the other side. All right, so we got them on. Let's go ahead and just tuck these back in here like so. We're gonna go ahead and tuck them in, see what they look like compared to the halogens during the day that are still on the passenger side. So I'm gonna situate these like this for now, and I'm curious to see what it looks like. All right, so this one's not on right now, but it's probably polarity sensitive, so we're gonna have to take it out and flip it. So with all LEDs, guys, if it doesn't work, take it out, flip it 180 degrees, put it back in. Chances are it'll start working. So that's kind of what the difference is right now, but let's go ahead and get that third one working first. Okay, so here what it looks like with the running lights just on. I have the reverse light on right now, so you can kind of see the difference between the two. Definitely see the white and the yellow there. And you see these are a lot more dim. So I'm gonna get my buddy Omar in a second to hit the brake light, see what that looks like. But we do have a bit of hyper flash going on. If I turn on the 4-ways, you can see what the ambers look like. So we got the ambers going there. But we get some hyper flash when we end up turning on just the signal. So this is during the day with the brake lights on. So you can see this one's definitely brighter, the LEDs, versus the halogen brake lights. And we got the turn signal, so you can hopefully see the comparison of the LED turn signal versus the halogen. And just for what I was talking about earlier, if I turn off the 4-ways and turn on my left turn signal, there's not enough load on the circuit with the LED because it's more efficient and doesn't use as much power, so it has the relay doing this hyper flash routine. It looks kind of cool in the back, to be honest with you, versus the other side. I kind of like the faster flash, but the only problem is in the front it looks funny, so probably gonna have to use the resistors that they gave us, but it's got kind of this weird cop car looking flash on the front. It's kind of going back and forth, which I don't really like, so we're gonna go ahead and install the resistors. JDM Star was nice enough to give us some resistors because they kind of anticipated this happening. So we got this. Basically, we're just gonna tie it in line with the turn signal there, and that'll basically put enough load on there so that it won't be flashing like this. So let's go ahead and throw those on. Okay, so we got the resistor basically in here. So just basically you put it on line, nothing too crazy, and it just puts a resistance on the circuit. Now we don't have hyper flash anymore. So we're gonna go ahead and throw this back in, and then we'll tackle the other side. Also, these resistors get extremely hot, so you wanna make sure you mount it to something that's not gonna melt anything, which is where we got it. Let's go ahead and throw everything back in. Now let's take out the passenger side and just rip through this and put it back together. So all the bulbs are now in, and basically we had to flop them around for polarity like we did the other side. Same thing, we got all three working on this side. Everything works here. Only thing we're gonna have to do is install that extra resistor so that we don't have the hyper flash on this side. So let's go ahead, get that in, button it up, and we can see what it looks like during the day. Move on to the next. Everything's working. Let's go ahead and throw our nuts back on to hold the taillight back in. So both taillights are back in now. Let's go ahead and pop out these two 168 LEDs for the license plate bulbs. Super simple. Once you take off the plate, your two screws, you're gonna see two more Phillips screws. You take these out and this whole thing drops down. So let's go ahead and do that now. So once this drops down, you're gonna go ahead and basically twist these out counterclockwise to remove them, like so. And then once you get them out, I've already got these cheap bulbs in here, but I'm gonna be replacing them with the JDM Star ones, which I'm assuming are gonna be definitely better than just the no-name ones that I had in there. Take these, fire them in here. Again, everything is usually polarity sensitive, so we're gonna pop these in here, and if they don't work, we'll have to flip them 180 degrees. Let's go ahead and hit the lights, see what we got. All right, so polarity is good, so we can go ahead and fire these back in here. All right, so they're installed, but probably have to wait till nighttime to actually see them in their full light and capacity. But the back is done. We're completed. Let's wait till nighttime and we'll see what they look like at night. Let's put the trunk liner back in. Okay, so here's what things look like in the dusk or at nighttime. Basically, it looks a lot crisper with the LEDs, a lot cleaner lights. It might be hard to capture in the video, but it does look much better. I find that these bulbs, basically being LED, they come on and turn off a lot quicker than a halogen bulb would. So you can kind of see they illuminate and go out really fast. Gives it a cleaner look, you know, with turn signals turning on and whatnot. Also the LEDs in the around the license plate surround, much cleaner, not so bluish, which is more my preference. But let me show you guys the brakes and the reverse lights as well and what we got. So here's the reverse lights illuminated, very bright, way cleaner look. I'm sure in the camera you guys can tell just how bright those are, and it's definitely an improvement over stock. So a lot cleaner look and definitely more backing up light, which is functional of course. So I'm definitely happy with how those showed out or came out. And let me show you what the brake lights look like, but first we're going to turn off the reverse lights so you can see. Okay, so these are the brake lights. Much better, much brighter, so you can kind of see how they look. Definitely an improvement over stock, and functional of course, much brighter, better visibility for the drivers, and a lot cleaner look. So definitely the way to go, guys. Okay, so thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did like it, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed. Lots of content on the way. We're also gonna be doing the front of the car as well, changing out those bulbs all over to LED. If it's anything like the back of the car, the front should be just as good. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thanks again to JDM ASTAR for hooking us up with those bulbs. So far they look great, and I definitely think it's an improvement over stock. Brings it up to 2018, which is the time of this video, but definitely makes it look a lot newer and a lot better. So thanks again to those guys. Thanks again to the people for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.